how can you not look at May at what he's done thus far? He's got an ERA of 1.47 in 3 starts, and he's got a whip, and this is the big indicator for me, 0.76. You're just not getting on base against this guy. He has allowed just 7 hits in 18 plus innings of work. This is a guy that's been dominant so far. And the Dodgers right now, they're off to a slow start this season. Obviously, as you said, they've been in an in and out pattern, win, lose recently. So we're getting some value on them. But I got a couple interesting stats on the Dodgers where you think about the Dodgers and generally how many times you look at them and they're just unplayable because they're minus 200 or better playing at home. Do you realize that this team over the last 2 seasons, when they've been a favorite at home of 150 or less, which means they're playing better teams, they're 14-2 in those games, okay? You would think that they would have a closer to 50-50 mark, but they're dominant when they're playing better teams. The Mets come in on a winning streak. That tells me this is a team that sometimes maybe plays to the level of the competition, and the Mets are on the winning streak. The Mets are projected to be the winner in the East, them and Atlanta to battle it out all season. So this is a possible playoff matchup. I think you see the best out of the Dodgers tonight, and I'm going to take advantage of the soft price. And we've got one other stat on the Dodgers. Following a home game where they scored and allowed 3 runs or less, over the last 3 seasons, the Dodgers in their next game are 32-6. So 2 dominant trends take the Dodgers tonight.
Teddy?
So real quick, Marco, I don't know how many guys look at this. I look at whether the team wins or loses when a starting pitcher's on the hill. I don't care about the pitcher's win-loss record. I care about the team's win-loss record. And the Dodgers are 1-2 with May on the hill. He's been dominant, but they haven't hit for him at all. And their bats are ice cold right now. They scored 2 or less 4 times their last 5 ball games. This is a guy this team we really want to pay a price with right now, with a lineup that's not hitting and a pitcher who is being priced like an ace, but they're 1-2 in his starts this year.
Yeah, it's a good point, Teddy, that they are doing it. And if I didn't have that number of the rising to the occasion, that minus 150 or less, 14-2, that's a decent sample size over a couple years, in that spot. They just rise to the occasion. I think you're going to see a good spot from them here. And remember, that series against the Cubs this weekend, that was one of those ones following they were on an East Coast road trip and returned home. We know these teams generally sometimes don't play well out of the gate returning from a road trip. So I think this is the statement series against the Mets. If they don't perform in this one, we might have bigger long-term problems with the Dodgers.